Hey guys, working on Restoration G today, and we are going to be replacing our headlights, our grille, and our bumper. It's old, makes the car look terrible. I never liked this OEM style bumper anyway. This is all beat up. This is broken here. Let's change it. Let's remove all these pins here. Some of these I will be replacing because they're already popping out. Look at that. Get in here. Yeah, these are all broken, but usually you come in here like this and then you can kind of lift it just like that. Now we got these off. Let's transition over here. And we have more, about 3 of these right here. I would remove them. 1, 2, 3. You don't have to jack up the car to do this, but I did it anyway. So a flathead, a Phillips head screw right here. It needs to be removed. 1, 2, and 3 are all 10 millimeters. They need to come out. With all that removed, now kind of walk the liner down, and that will expose a 10 millimeter right here. Now I'm gonna kind of come right here and gently, let me check. Oh, I'm lying. There's two 10 millimeters, right? There's another one in here, and that last 10 sits right there. Make sure you got a good amount of extensions, and it sits. And now this pops out. Okay, basically you twist it down and you pull that light out, and I'll show you how to remove this in a little bit. For sake of redundancy, I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, and then we'll pull this thing off. And just gonna back you out. Now she's gone. Millimeters. And we have a 4th headlight. And now we're gonna pull this up and out. We have a connector here. There is a flathead screw right here. That was a little difficult to remove. But now, okay, so a little bit of wiggling, a little bit of prying without breaking the damn thing, but yeah, this definitely hasn't been removed in a long time. But now with that off, the whole thing comes out. So this is our old headlight. These are HIDs or xenons. I think they're interchangeable. I think that term's interchangeable, but these is what a xenon headlight looks like. I'm going to be swapping this. Still got the plastic on it, but this is our new headlight. Looks way better. I will say that this is not a HID headlight. This is a halogen headlight assembly, okay? Halogen headlight assemblies, and I'll explain why I'm going to be going to this versus the HID. So I just want to explain why I'm going to be switching to this halogen versus these HID. As far as HIDs go, they're expensive. Number one, they cost a lot, Usually when this box acts up, or it's called a ballast if I'm not mistaken, that's what causes your headlights to flicker, what causes them to not work. HID or xenon headlights are very expensive, and they use like this like gas that like heats up this filament, and then boom. With HIDs you can get different colors, and you'll also notice in the housing here, you know, that says high voltage. Okay, so switching to the halogen assembly, number one, it's way cheaper than buying the HID versions. But what I like about buying the halogen is that you can upgrade them to LED headlights. LED lights are very bright. They have very long life. These are very cost effective. So for that reason, and I like the pure white. Like HIDs, in my opinion, can't match the pure whiteness of a LED bulb. So I'm gonna swap to that, and they do have the same connector, which is great. I'm starting to notice that a lot of cars that have HID headlights, the halogen ones are also compatible, even though they say that they're not. But yeah, we can definitely swap this out. I'm gonna switch the headlights out, and then I'm gonna show you what to do before we install these. So if you're looking at it from here, the top bulb is the low beam, the bottom bulb is the high beam. These headlight assemblies came with all new bulbs and everything, so that's beautiful. I'll probably label each bulb and where what each bulb is in a second, but just in case yours doesn't come with new headlights, you probably want to consider buying all new bulbs, because you know, taking this out is a little bit time consuming. So if you don't have new bulbs, consider changing them all out. But this is our H4 right here. I'm going to take this out. Notice I'm wearing gloves. The oil from your fingers will reduce the life of these. So I'm just going to slide this out. Now, this is a Cougar motor headlight. Yeah, like I said, Cougar motor, H4. It's sort of high beam on this car. And this should go in here like this. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention. The diodes, you want them to stick out to the sides. So if you're putting it in like this, you want your diodes to be the lights to be splitting out. You don't want them to be up and down. You want them to be side and side. And we're just gonna drop this in here, and it has a fan on it too, so it'll keep it cooler. And LED bulbs have extremely long life, so that's another bonus. They use these little hooks to hold them in place. There we go. And she's locked in. And now we can get our connector. Oh, here we go. And this is an H4. It's plug and play just like that. That easy. Okay, and kind of tuck it in there. And then now we'll do the low beam and pop this out. You can kind of hold the wires and pull them through a little bit if that helps you. I'm gonna leave this ground electrode here. These are very simple. These are H1 style headlight bulbs. Very simple design. But see that the brown here is attached to the bulb, and you're just gonna shimmy it out. And this is the old halogen headlight. Very simple, like I said. This is the LED. They look exactly the same. Cougar motor, I believe, does not make H1 headlights. I couldn't even find them on their website. So I'm gonna try these rim thin LED headlights. Just make sure whatever LED headlights you buy, make sure they have like the anti-flickering and stuff like that. Never had an issue with Cougar motor, but since they don't make H1s, I have to try a different brand out. So I'm gonna try this. And remember, you want the bulbs, the LEDs, the diodes to stick outwards. So we're gonna drop it in like this. Okay, we have our ground electrode here. This is our positive. H1 needs ground, which means touching the body, but the one I have actually has a ground and a power electrode for this. This has a driver on it. It's unfortunate this is this big, but I just wanted to be really sure about what I bought, so I'm gonna throw these in. Give me a second. One of the only modifications I'm gonna have to do is that this little ground tab here, I'm just gonna get my thumb and bend it down a little bit because the fan on here is kind of big. And I'll throw this in real fast. And I just wanted to show you the little thing here. Now if you remember, this green wire is actually my ground, this brown wire is my power, but for some reason it is what it is. Sometimes you got to switch the polarity. See, flip the plug. The positive wire goes on the black wire, the ground wire goes on the red wire, and they actually work. So you're supposed to put this in a cool area. I'm hoping that nothing goes wrong. I'm just going to place it in the housing, and hopefully this fan keeps it cool. So basically just going to kind of throw it in there, kind of tuck it away, and then I'm going to fit this in here and then put this cap on. Cool, and we're ready to go. There's one last thing I recommend doing before we install these. I'm going to pull this out. And, oh my god, you guys, this is so pretty. The one thing I recommend doing is installing some sealant adhesive. It's gonna go around the rim of here. This has a gasket or a seal inside. Sometimes they're not perfect, and what can happen is water can kind of seep through here, and that's how you start getting like that fog and moisture in your headlight assemblies. We don't want that, even though it says it claims that it's sealed up really good, but we're gonna go take the extra precaution and reseal this. And this is called Permatex adhesive sealant. It's like a clear kind of a glue, and basically you're just gonna run it, kind of squeeze and push it, just kind of glide it through there just like that, where the headlight and the housing make contact. Nothing complicated. I'm gonna knock this out. I'm gonna do it on both of these, and then we'll continue onward. And not my best work, but good enough. Okay, so for starters, let's get our connector here. There you go, heard it snap. And now, trying to be careful. And there she go. Start installing all these bolt heads on here. Give me a second. Ooh, she looks much cleaner. Let's turn the headlight on and see if all the bulbs are working. And I think these are either 194s or 2825s. My 2825s fitted. All you gotta do is literally pull it out and pop it back in. Jesus. I'm gonna get a new one now. Alright, but now with the new side marker light, I got a high beam, low beam, turn signals, all that stuff. Let's turn the car to the on position, not starting it, and check our lights. Car is on. Lights are on, and look at that, beautiful. LED is working, that is working. This light down here is working. LED is working. This is like a extra light, that is working. Let's check our high beams and turn signals. Turn signals is working. Turn signal is working, beautiful. High beams next, and low beam, high beam, all LED. Looks very beautiful. Like I said, that little side marker light right there, it's just an extra piece that comes with the car, which is cool, but we're all working here, you guys. She looks gorgeous. Let's get the bumper on. And to remove this, you just kind of push this in. There you go. Kind of fuck my thumb up. And it comes out. Let's put this in the new bumper. So, this is our standard OEM bumper. And now, we are looking at a Nismo bumper, okay? This is made out of urethane, so it's kind of like rubbery, has a lot more flexibility than regular plastic. It has these air dams here. You have to, so most of the stuff is pre-cut, but no, it's actually not. Most of it is not pre-cut. I'm using the zip ties to hold those in place, those air dams right there. But yeah, on this one, I was only able to get it off eBay. I haven't seen one of these in a long time. I love the way these Nismo bumpers look way better over the OEM, but you gotta get a drill and an X-Acto knife and cut all these damn holes. Even this here, you gotta drill it and X-Acto knife it out. All those grommets. Have fun with that. And then we have our holes pre-drilled so we can throw everything in. Okay, I got my little side marker light in here. Hooks in down there. And this little metal piece right here. This is how it pops in place. These are the bumper little grommets here. The grill, I skipped this part because it was kind of difficult for me to put it in, but you gotta push all the hooks in and either push the tab down or up depending on what works for you. They're all in now. I'm just gonna throw this in there. All right, I'm about to skip through some stuff. I just gotta put all these buttons in. All I'll say is if you still have this little piece of bumper cover, the bumper kind of sits on that. If you see these little silver pieces right here, there's little tabs that line it up, push it into place. I'm gonna start lining all this stuff up. Okay, and I'm gonna walk around, and this is what she looks like fully installed. Remember, there's a light that goes in here. Put your fenders here, put your clips in here. And there's a screw right here, and there's a screw right here. And then also, remember to put your push clips here. This bumper is definitely different, so it's a little bit Mickey Mouse. I had to get some zip ties going on all of them. They're just not perfectly flush. It is what it is. But now, I already tested all our lights. Now we just gotta make sure the hood closes and it doesn't hit anything. Looks pretty flush. And I'm just gonna push it down. And everything clears. No contact. No contact. Very nice. So other than that, you guys, we're looking good here. I'm gonna get her on the ground. I do want to mention this bumper is 90% aesthetics. I just really like the way the Nismo bumper looks, but there are a couple little benefits. These air dams, notice they funnel air to the radiator, and if you see here, notice that air is funneled to the radiator, helps with better cooling. Also, you get a little bit of extra downforce. You have a little lip here that's built into it, so helps aerodynamics a little bit. Like I said, 90% aerodynamic. So I just want to make that clear, but you know, this stuff helps a little bit. Other than that though, I love the way it looks overall. Thanks for watching, you guys. Till next time. Out. Bye.